Hi, everyone. You are not crazy. Building a business is hard, but here is what makes it easier. Stay tuned until the end because I have something extra today that is going to completely change your business and not on a small level. One of my mastermind clients, Pilu, told me recently that at the start of the mastermind, she ended up feeling overwhelmed after every call. Yeah, and this is something, it's hard. When she told me that she was so happy because it was gone, she was not feeling like this anymore. And I'm saying this because I don't want you to think that growing a business is easy. When she felt like this, we were working together for the first time after she joined the mastermind. And that's the first mastermind she has been in. And we had a lot of things to refine and optimize in her business. She worked a lot. It was a lot. But with the support and staying tuned into the mastermind, into the calls, into the chat, she expanded her capacity. And what felt overwhelming before is not overwhelming anymore in just a couple of weeks. She's such a queen. And of course, she did not give up because she felt overwhelmed. Like she knew it was temporary and that her confidence will double after that. And it did. And right after that, she made 10 sales in her new program that we created, the one that we created to fill up one big gap she had in her offer suite. And then she made 3 sales to her signature program that she was not even publicly promoting. This after feeling overwhelmed, but going through it. Yeah, going through it, leaning into the discomfort, knowing that this was temporary. Such a queen. Creating a business is not easy. Hi, I'm Gwen. I've taught hundreds of women how to build and scale their businesses online with killer messaging and no BS coaching so they can enter the most wealthy and free era. And today I'm sharing you're not crazy. Building a business is hard, but here's what's makes it easier. Right now, you are not at your highest point in business, okay? And you probably feel like you must be doing something wrong because what you're doing is not really working the way that you thought it was going to work. You have done lots of things for your business and you are not sure why it's not working. You know a lot already, okay? You know a lot. You have studied business like in different programs online, but things feel hard. And growing a business in resistant mode all of the time, it was not your plan. And so I want you to do something, okay? That's going to be your solution for today. Your solution is actually to shift your mindset. Hear me out. I'm going to explain you how and all of the stuff. But first of all, like strategy and how to do stuff, that's easy, okay? If you come to me saying, I want to make 100K this year, we have a chat, we look at numbers, and I can tell you exactly what you need to do to get that. The problem is not the how. The problem never been how to do something. The problem is implementation. If your problem, however, is you don't have the how, ask your mentor or your coach how to questions, like how to make this piece of content better or how to attract this type of client. If you don't have a coach or a mentor, like I don't even know what to tell you because if you are building a business, like of course you need to have someone that can answer your questions. So how questions, that's easy. How do I make this amount of money? How do I post this? How to? If you are good with the how and you feel that business is hard, it is, yeah? There are some mindset shifts though that you can do to make this a lot easier. And that's what we are going to talk about today because it is your brain that is saying that it is hard, okay? It is hard, but it does not have to feel like it shouldn't be this way or that you're doing something wrong. If you were building a brick and mortar business, I want to give you a little bit of perspective here. If you were building like a in real life business with walls, how much money would you have invested in this? Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much money, how many loans you will have taken? You have to have so much stuff to do, paperwork wise, to establish an in-person brick and mortar business. Yeah. And I'm saying this because I grew a business here in person, that is not mine. And I see it. I see absolutely everything that we need to do to build this business. And it is big. How much money you need to invest, how many staff you need to employ to just start a business. How long will it be before you can actually pay yourself? When you sell something online, you can pay yourself the same day. Yeah. So a little bit of perspective on how hard it is. You say it's hard, but what is hard exactly? What makes it hard for you? As an example, like, are you saying something like it's hard to create content? And if you say this, or it's hard to blah, 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 why? What makes this hard? What makes this hard? Not saying that what you are feeling is not correct. What you are feeling is correct. If you feel it's hard, it's hard. But why? Ask yourself why. What makes this hard? Really an important question to remember. What makes this hard? And you can write it down. And like this, when something comes in your business and it's hard, ask yourself this. If it's because you don't know how to do something, I tell you, like, you have to have support. Like, this is a no-brainer. But sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's hard because I need better boundaries. It's hard because I'm understanding that the person I am or that I want to be is not the person that sometimes I am with my clients. Or sometimes it's hard because we have a hard conversation with a client that is not happy. You are going to have unhappy clients. Sometimes those conversations that I had, like this, these are things that we talk about in the mastermind a lot. Yeah, because things are hard. But can you be okay with growing your business being hard sometimes? Can you be okay with the fact that it is going to be hard sometimes? Can you be okay with the fact that things are not permanent and that it's not going to be all the time hard? But entrepreneurship is a lot about this fluctuation and wave between lows and high, very lows and very high. And when you just have little lows, you also sometimes just have little highs, you know. Would it be easier or harder to not have your business? Okay, I want you to also, as a mindset shift here, like, because this is just to give you a new perspective on being it hard. Yeah. No one is forcing you to have this business. You can find a job tomorrow, make $2,000 a month, you know, online, in person, like depending on where you live, but you can. Yeah. I know you can. You can find a job and make $2,000. So why do you build this business? Yeah. It's not because it's easy. We don't build a business. We are not an entrepreneur because it's easy, because it is not. Yeah. And if not, people have lured you into this. And now you're listening to this and you're like, oh my God, I thought it's going to be easy. No, I don't want you to think that it's easy. And why that? Because also, if not, you come work with me thinking that it is going to be easy. And then, of course, you're like, oh my God, this is not easy. It is not, but it is okay. It is okay not to be easy. It is okay to feel overwhelmed sometimes. This is why we build tools. This is why we build resilience. Yeah. This is why we lean into experiencing like, okay, I'm overwhelmed right now. And going through this moment, you know, and not being shy about what we are feeling. And we see maybe it's 10 minutes later, maybe it's an hour later, maybe it's 1 week later or so on. We're not overwhelmed anymore. And we can look back at it and see this was the thing that made me overwhelmed. This is how I reacted. Is this how I want to react next time? How do I want to deal with it? What did help me get out of this overwhelming situation? Can I realize now that it was just a moment? Another thing that I want to share with you is that being patient is hard. Yeah. Some people are very patient. So, you know, like in one of the episodes recently in the podcast, I was talking about how for me, authority and leadership is it's so in my personality, in my being, that I don't have a lot of a problem or had to work on how to be an authority, how to be a leader. But being patient, this is not a quality that is actually natural for me. I have to learn how to be patient. It is so hard because we do things in our business and we're like, why is it not working now? I want result now, but we are not having the result now. We have to be patient. We have to be patient. We sometimes can take the image of the tree, you know, that the last thing that grows on the tree is the fruit. This is true. You have all of this deep root first, and then it grows, and then the trunk, and then some branches, and then some leaves, and so on. And sometimes you don't have any fruits for 3 years. I have just planted, I planted a couple of years ago now, a jackfruit tree in my garden. And it takes at least 3 years to have a fruit, you know? So it is good when things are happening like this in our business to take a quick look at outside life that is not online, you know, and see that it is normal to be patient. And one thing that I absolutely love thinking about for patience is that everyone needs to wait, okay? Everyone needs to wait. You need to wait to have your results. You need to wait for the tree to grow, like all of this stuff. Patience is waiting with grace. Okay. When you can wait with grace, you are patient, because at the end, you're not making the things faster anyway. It's not by being impatient and annoyed with it that you're going to have the result faster, right? No, be patient. Wait with grace. I'm still working on it too. Another point here is to not freak out because you're not having the result 1 month after, and I know this is hard. I know it happens also to me, like so many times, to be like, oh, I just did this. Why do I not have a result? Why do I not see? And this is the need of external validation. So this is something that you're not crazy to think about it. You're not crazy to think like, why do I not have this result yet? But you have to put back yourself together. Okay, and be like, oh my God, of course I don't have the result yet. Like, I have to be patient. I have to keep showing up. Yeah. And do the thing. And I have to continue to do what I'm doing. Even when I don't see the result is going to come. I also want you to keep your standards high, like so fucking high, it's insane. Okay. Say no to things that are not aligned with your long-term vision right away. Say no. Say no to clients, even if they're going to give you $5,000 to work with you right now. Say no. Yeah, say no. Because by saying no, you are going to build the business that you want. Showing up every day is hard, okay? But honestly, showing up every day to work for an asshole 9 to 5 and growing his business, this is for me a lot harder, okay? So see, is it hard? Could it be harder, honestly? Yeah, I want you to choose your priorities. Why are you doing this? Why are you building this business? Why is it your priority? Something now that makes it easier. I want you to think again about the investment in time and money you will need to grow the brick and mortar business we were talking about. That would be a lot harder, okay? Growing online is not easy, but you have almost zero risk. You don't have to take a $500K loan. You don't have to sign contracts, have lawyers and all of this stuff. So you're not crazy. Building a business is hard, but what makes it easier is to change your perspective, to see the good, to see the opportunities, instead of focusing on what is hard, complaining, and only seeing obstacles and challenges and sacrifice. I not once said I sacrificed something in my business. I find this mentality actually very strange. I'm not sacrificing, to speak English, with my son all day because I needed to record my first online course. Yeah. I don't think as I did like such a big sacrifice. No, it's not a sacrifice to me. I could be at a 9 to 5 job doing the same. I could be at a 9 to 5 job, maybe when I created my online courses, like in 2020 at the beginning, I could have done a 9 to 5 job, even online. I would have not spent more time with them. It's not a sacrifice to me. It is all about perspective. And what I'm building today, when I'm doing things, when I record things like I do now today, like this on this episode, is not to have a result today. This is to build my business. This is to build my brand. This is to help my client. Yeah. Do not do things just for today, immediate result, immediate validation. If you feel called to do this work, yeah. If you feel called to do this work for the long term, the Scalable Mastermind is an amazing place, okay? The women that are inside are building their business from making a couple to sometimes like up to $5,000 a month to making every single month between 5 and 10K a month. This is what we're building in their business. So we are working on their suite of offers. We're working on their identity and how they show up. We're working on their mindset, of course. We are working on the sales, on the messaging, on the content. We're working on all of the elements in their business to have and follow a very specific method, which is to first optimize everything in their business. So the first thing that we do is not to demolish your business, but to really refine everything, your messaging, your ideal client, your customer journey, refining what you already have. So then we can go to the next step and here really implement. And it's often in the implementation that we start having more mindset things that come up. And then we scale your business, because we cannot scale your business from a very weak foundation. If you are excited about having a mentor that is going to give it to you straight and be in your back pocket and help you grow your business to a level that you didn't even think was possible, you can send me a DM mastermind, and we can start having a conversation to see if you would be a good fit for it. Thanks for watching today's episode on You're Not Crazy. Building a business is hard, but here's what makes it easier. If you liked today's content, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future trainings like this one.